It's a good day. It's a little windy. I'm sure people are ready for that. They can handle it. So, sun's out.
Well, this brings our community together to talk about really important issues like mental health and wellness and suicide prevention.
We've got a number of community members, parents, families, school staff, and most importantly, we have our high school students, Dakota and Chippewa Valley.
You know, I've always supported the coalition and their work.
Right.
I think this is very important.
This is a great event. It looks like the weather's going to be terrific.
We hope that we are the inspiration that families need in our community to talk about this really important event.
We're all here to send a message to our students. We're here to support you.
First 5K with Be Aware, yes. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to try to run, and I'm going to try. It's an attempt. I'm a run, walk. So love to be here. This is an awesome event.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Monday. That was beautiful, excellent. All right, now we have our superintendent of schools, Mr. Ron Roberts, to give us a quick and warm welcome.
That's a good introduction when someone tells you that it's going to be quick before you get. First of all, let's hear it for Monday. Oh my gosh. I want to thank or welcome everyone here to this very important event. Our 5K Be Aware Suicide Prevention Walk or Run, depends on what you're going to do out there today. For those that are running, it looks a little tough on your first quarter mile into the wind, but once you turn the corner, you'll be okay. This is really an important event in our school district, and if you think about it, and maybe you don't know, the second leading cause of death among youth aged 10 to 24 is suicide. That's really a sad, very sad statistic. Every life is important. And people's lives, like any of ours, we have our ups and downs. And it's really important that we send the message to people who are in those downs that someone is there to help them. That it isn't necessarily so unusual that you feel that way. It is more common than people think. So we are here today to send that message. And that is so important, so thank you. This event is co-sponsored by our Chippewa Valley Coalition for Youth and Families, of which I am a member. That's a very important organization in our school district. They do wonderful work. And it is also co-sponsored by No Resolve, K-N-O-W, No Resolve. So thank you for being here. I know we're going to go outside later and release doves, which is always very fascinating to watch, to see what they do. As a former first grade teacher, when I watch it, sometimes what I think about is I wish I could have brought my first graders off the playground like that. Never worked that way. Scattered all over and they never came together. But really it symbolizes a message of hope to our young people, and that's what's important today. So what I'd like to do right now is bring up one of our student assistant specialists, Stephanie Lang.
So every year we work really hard to invite in our community partners to help us sponsor this important event. And again this year our gold sponsor is Henry Ford Health System. And then we also have Wentworth and Associates as a sponsor. They're a local mental health organization for therapy and treatment here on Hall Road. We have Alliance Mental Health, which is another treatment center, and we have the Macomb County Suicide Prevention Coalition is another one of our important sponsors. And again, I don't know if this is our 4th year that we've had flyers for Jimmy out here. It's amazing, our 4th year, to helping bring an extra special element and meaning to our event by allowing us to release doves in honor of people that we've lost to suicide, people that we are hoping for their recovery, and people who are out there still suffering and struggling with thoughts of suicide. So it's very important, and I'm just so appreciative that everybody comes together like this to help us bring together an amazing event for you. And this is our 14th year doing this, and so without all of you, it just wouldn't happen. And it's such an important topic for us to be talking about. We appreciate your willingness to be here and talk about the importance of mental health and wellness and preventing suicide in our community. So thank you so much for that. And now I would like to bring up Dr. Charlene McGunn, our Executive Director of the Chippewa Valley Coalition.
Thank you, Stephanie. The coalition does a variety of events. We focus on students K through 12. But this event is a really special one because just looking out visually, it tells us how important it is to bring together our school district, our parents, our community in support of our youth. So thank you so much for being here. I want to thank our superintendent, Ron Roberts, who's an extremely strong supporter of all that we do. And a special thanks also to Stephanie Lang, who's worked so hard to organize, to Dennis Legio, who is our coalition partner for this event. I want to thank administration of Dakota, our 9th grade center here, Mr. Jones and Mr. Koskis, who's the principal of Dakota High School. And I want to give a special acknowledgement to some really important people here as well. And that's our youth members. These are some of the 150 youth members of our Dakota and Chippewa Valley Coalition Teen Councils. We have large numbers of students that work with us. Would you raise your hands, all of you that are here, and some of them, by the way, are outside.
Today I'm just going to read you guys a little poem that I think really resonates with what we're all here to support today. And it's called Don't Quit. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, you want to smile, but you have to sigh. When care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is queer in its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns. And many a failure turns about, when he might have won, he had stuck it out. Don't give up, though the pace seems slow, you may succeed with another blow. Often the goal is nearer than it seems to a faint and faltering man. Often the struggles are given up, when he might have captured the victory's cup. And he learned it's too late, when the night slipped down, how close he was to the golden crown. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt, and you can never tell how close you are. It may seem near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when your hardest hit. It's when things seem worse that you must not quit. Thank you. And now I'm going to introduce Kenzie.
Thank you. Well, hi everyone. How are we today? Are we good? Yes? Good. Really quickly before I begin, I just wanted to say thank you for everyone who's here today. Like I said, I've been doing these speeches for a while, and the crowd just keeps seeming to get bigger and bigger every year, which truly makes my heart happy to see the community here together, helping to put an end to the stigma that surrounds mental health. So for that, I say thank you and give you a round of applause for that, because that is awesome. So I lost my dad to suicide on July 6, 2018. I was 13 at the time, and my sister Delaney, who's here today, was 10. In a way, I've always been somewhat jealous of my sister in the sense that she had a relationship with my father that I could never have. You see, my dad had this tendency to push people away who had him figured out and saw beyond this mask that he tried so hard to uphold throughout the day. I just so happened to be one of those people. So while the rest of my family was consumed by grief, I was consumed by regret. The night that he passed, he had called me on the phone. And despite this irritation I felt, I still picked up. And in that sassy teenage voice, parents, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about if you have teens, I said, hello? Yeah, I know. I didn't say anything. And it lasted like that for about 30 seconds. He didn't speak, he didn't breathe, it was just silence. And then he hung up, and that was it. And I didn't think much about it at the time. And this was a mistake I would come to regret the following morning when I found out that my father rid himself of this world in the ever so burden he thought he was. And that's the thing when people die by suicide, they think that this burden that they think they are is going to be relieved when truly it's taken up by the survivors. My father truly thought that our lives would be so much better without him in it. And he was wrong. I am left with anniversary dates and photos and videos of his voice and his face that I will never see again. I am left with fatherless father days. That's my burden. So I guess the point that I'm trying to make is if someone out there is considering suicide, right? And they think that they're a burden and the people that they love and care about will be so much happier without them, you are wrong. Because this is the effect that it has. So my name is Mackenzie Kane. I am a survivor, and my goal in life is to help those work through a tragic loss like this and know that it is not their fault. And I'm also here to tell you that your life is worth so much and that you matter and you belong in this world and people love and care about you. And I hope that you see the worth in being a survivor as well. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mackenzie. You matter. Your life matters.
I'm actually providing all of our materials that we produce for the Chippewa Valley Coalition for Youth and Families, and just welcoming people to this great event and to give them information about drug prevention and suicide awareness.
This is our 14th annual event, and we're really excited.
I started Flyers for Jimmy about 5 years ago. I lost a nephew to suicide. The White Bird came into my life, and since then I've grown the business. Now it's in 9 states with 14 locations, representing the Humane Animal Act. All these birds are trained to go back to my house after we let them go. The wind's probably going to take a little goofy, but they should all stick together and they'll be home in an hour or so. But it does give me great honor. It's my 4th year here with the Dakota High School, and I love the fact that this is in a high school and it brings that youth to it, Ready? 1, 2, 3.